Dire wolves. The name alone sparks fear and fascination, thanks in part to Ice Age legends and shows like Game of Thrones. But make no mistake, dire wolves were very real predators, once roaming across North and South America. Bigger, bulkier, and more fearsome than modern wolves, they were apex hunters, capable of taking down megafauna like bison and mammoths. But around 10,000 years ago, they vanished during the mass extinction event at the end of the Ice Age. And that, for centuries, was believed to be the end of their story. But what if we told you that dire wolves might be coming back? Enter Colossal Biosciences, a Texas-based biotech company on a mission to bring back extinct species, not just in stories, but in real life. They've already made headlines for their work on the woolly mammoth project, aiming to genetically engineer cold-adapted elephants. But recently, they shocked the world again, by revealing something wild. They've created living pups inspired by dire wolves. But wait, is this cloning? Are these actual resurrected dire wolves? Not exactly. Here's what really happened, and why it might change the future of life on Earth. First, scientists extracted ancient DNA fragments from 2 dire wolf fossils. Because the fossils were tens of thousands of years old, the DNA wasn't complete, but it was enough to reconstruct large parts of their genome. Then, they compared this ancient DNA to modern canine species, looking for genetic markers that made dire wolves unique. One gene stood out: LCORL, the gene responsible for larger body size and muscle development. By identifying 14 key genetic differences, they created a map of what made dire wolves so distinct. Then came the groundbreaking step. Using CRISPR gene editing, scientists modified these 14 specific genes in the DNA of a gray wolf, the dire wolf's closest living relative. They didn't insert foreign genes. Instead, they edited existing wolf DNA to match the ancient dire wolf profile. This edited DNA was placed into a wolf egg, which was fertilized and then implanted into a surrogate dog. The result? A litter of adorable, living pups, bigger, stronger, with white coats, and a deep, haunting howl that's unlike any modern breed. These aren't exact dire wolves, but they are biological reconstructions, engineered to resemble their long-extinct ancestors in key ways. The scientists at Colossal aren't stopping there. This breakthrough is part of a bigger goal: to use gene editing not just to revive species, but to restore balance to damaged ecosystems. They also created a woolly mouse. A mouse genetically modified to have thicker fur and a slower metabolism, like Ice Age mammals adapted for cold. And yes, their ultimate project is still the woolly mammoth, a cold-resistant hybrid between the extinct mammoth and the modern Asian elephant. But with each of these experiments, they're refining the science that could one day bring species back from extinction. So what's the purpose of reviving dire wolves? In theory, these predators could help rebalance ecosystems, much like how reintroducing wolves to Yellowstone helped restore wildlife and vegetation. But the ethical debate is huge. Should we bring back animals that nature phased out? Are we prepared to deal with unintended consequences? And most importantly, are we playing God? What Colossal Biosciences has achieved is nothing short of remarkable. They've blended ancient biology and futuristic technology to rewrite what we thought was possible. We're now living in an era where extinction might not be forever. So, what do you think? Should we continue this path of de-extinction? Or should some creatures remain part of the past? Let us know in the comments. Like this video if you're fascinated by genetic science, and subscribe for more stories where science meets science fiction, and turns it into reality. Because the dire wolf may be gone from the fossil record, but it might soon be howling again.